Hello everyone, welcome to week 4 where we're going to be focusing on finishing up our game and adding the last bit of obstacles as well as a particle effect in order to complete our game. So we're going to go ahead and begin by first starting creating our obstacle. So we're going to hover over it, choose a sprite, and we're going to click on our paint tool. We're going to go ahead and call this whatever obstacles you guys want to make for your game. Again, as long as it fits your theme, that's all that it matters. So for example, maybe one of the obstacles that I want it to be is going to be a tree. So that's what I'm going to write here. Make sure that the obstacle that you're thinking of is something that's going to be on the ground because that's how it's going to work when it comes time to playing our game. So now that I have this, the next step that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and create it. Now, you guys can pretty much, like I said, create whatever you want. It just depends on what kind of obstacle you are trying to make. I am going to be making a tree, so for those of you that this works for, you can go ahead and follow this. For those of you that you do not want to make a tree, you want to make a different obstacles, you guys can create it. But I will give you guys one final tip at the end that you can use for any obstacle that you're making, just to make it feel like it's coming out of the screen a little bit more. So to start off with our tree, we're going to go ahead and click on our square tool. We're going to remove our outline and we want to go ahead and find a good color that we want to use for our tree. Now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and make a box. And remember, you guys want to keep it towards the center as much as possible. I'm going to use my reselect tool right here. My reshape tool. I'm going to go ahead and click on one of the dots and I'm going to delete it. Then this middle one, I'm going to go ahead and move it towards the middle as well. Okay. Once I'm happy with this, I'm going to go ahead and use my select tool, copy and paste, and I'm going to move this a little bit underneath. You can see that it's starting to build my tree a little bit more. So now that I have the tree, the next thing I want to do is create the bottom. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and use my rectangle tool again, pick a color that I want to use for it, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make the actual bottom stem for it. I'm going to move this to the back, and you can see that I'm starting to build it more and more. Now, at this point, you guys can go ahead and decorate it however you guys want. So if you guys want to add maybe a couple of twigs or flowers or acorns or whatever you guys want to have attached to your tree, you guys can go ahead and do that. Maybe add some snow if one of your theme is snow. But once you're done, this is the last part that everyone wants to go ahead and do. So the last part is adding an actual shadow that's going to be underneath. You guys can do this to any of the obstacles that you guys are making to help it seem like it's jumping out of the page. So to do this, I'm going to use my circle tool and I'm going to change this to the color black. I'm going to then create a circle that I'm going to go ahead and place underneath. And then I'm just going to go ahead and move this towards the back. So you see this creates a shadow, but this is very dark. So we're going to use our select tool. We're going to click on this circle. We're going to make the radial one. So this is the gradient that's the very last. That's kind of a circle. And then what we're going to do is the extra white that it added, we're actually going to hide that. And here you can see we kind of added a shadow. Okay, so take some time finishing up the obstacle that you guys want to make for your game. Once you're done, we're going to go ahead and code this.